All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the were dreaming, sweet dreams without care, when he came to the first little house on the square. "Welcome to Whoville, Max," the Grinch said, when suddenly, in front of him, some people stood. "What do you want? Go away," said the Grinch. "I've come to steal, I mean, fix Christmas," said the Grinch. "Why don't you go back to your mountain on Mount Crumpet?" said Mario, who was having none of it. I don't know. This intro's completely gone off the rails. Hello there. We're doing Super Smash Bros., but based on whether or not the character could beat the Grinch in a fight. We're using Jim Carrey's version of the Grinch, since I think that's the only one that can hold himself up in a fight. Besides maybe Illumination, and I don't want to watch that movie to find out. Also, do take into consideration, we're using the Grinch if he was sized up to Jim Carrey, and has the same perception of time as whoever he is fighting. The different tiers are, kills the Grinch, close win, tie, close loss, absolutely destroyed. Our first matchup, Mario. Now, Mario can jump really high, he's super strong, super durable. The Grinch can jump super high, he's super strong, and super durable. But I think Mario is a bit more, so we're gonna put him in a close win. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is just as much of a cartoon character as Jim Carrey is. But Donkey Kong couldn't do that. Next up, we got Link. Now, here's the problem with Link. You see, Link is only about 16 or 17. Now, even though he's 117 years old, he still hasn't grown since the day he was 17. He's still a child. And what do we know about the Grinch?
No child can beat the Grinch!
So Link is getting absolutely destroyed. Next up, we got Samus. Samus can jump about as high as the Grinch, is probably about as strong as the Grinch, has technology on par with the Grinch, except hers isn't made out of literal trash. So, I think it's a tie. Dark Samus? I'm gonna say a close loss. Because if the Grinch can tie with Samus, he can definitely beat Dark Samus. Next up we got Yoshi. How old is Yoshi? Yoshi is 12 years old in Super Mario World. Yoshi was born in July 15th, 1958, apparently. So, Yoshi would get absolutely destroyed if they're using Yoshi from Super Mario World. If we're using Yoshi from today, he's about, what? $69. So, if we're using modern day Yoshi, then I think it's probably a close win. Nah. Yoshi can send someone really far away by ground pounding them from a planet. I think that's not a close win at all. Kirby. Kirby is usually depicted as a small child, even as far as 2020. As far back as 2020, Kirby is still not old enough to read, so he's still a child. Fox. Fox has an advanced spaceship with lasers. The Grinch has a unadvanced spaceship with the ability to break down. Say close win. Pikachu? Probably a child. How old can Pikachus be? Life span of a Pika. The average lifespan of Pikas in the wild is roughly 7 years. So, the oldest a Pikachu can get is 7 years old. Luigi is ever so slightly weaker than his brother, I believe. Ness, a child. Captain Falcon. I put him above Fox. I know, he's probably lower than Fox in strength. In fact, he'd probably... yeah. I don't know, he has very little combat experience, but neither does the Grinch. And yet we're giving the Grinch stuff that he shouldn't have. How old can Jigglypuffs be? They're fairies. I don't think the Grinch is losing to a fairy. Princess Peach is, you know, a lot weaker than Mario and Luigi, it would seem, considering she's never not been kidnapped by Bowser, as opposed to Mario and Luigi, who have been kidnapped by Bowser. How the Grinch stole the princess. Daisy, on the other hand, is significantly stronger than Mario. Bowser? I mean, he could just light the Grinch on fire. Popo and Nana are both children. Same with Sheik and Zelda, they're about 17 each. Dr. Mario is just Mario in a doctor's outfit, which makes him a nerd. Pichu, probably a child as well, probably based off the Pika as well. Falco is probably not doing better than Fox. Marth and Lucina. He looks like an adult and he has a sword. I don't think the Grinch is beating a sword. She's like 18 to 25, which means she isn't a child. But she is a girl, and girls are always weaker than boys. Always. Youngling. He's even more of an easy way to tell that he's losing. Ganondorf. Stronger than Bowser. Mewtwo. How old is Mewtwo? 20 years old. And apparently he's also the second strongest Pokemon, so he kills the Grinch. Probably not as strong as Bowser, though. Roy! How old is Roy? 14. In Fire Emblem, blah blah blah. What? No. No. What? No. 19 in Mystery of the Emblem, so he's pretty old. Probably stronger than Marth, I don't know. I don't know anything about Fire Emblem except for what I know about Smash. Chrom is 19. Mr. Game & Watch. He's probably pretty old. Strength? He's got the strength of a lion. The Grinch lost a fight to a cat. So I'm gonna say close win, but it's like a very close win. Meta Knight, the strongest warrior in the galaxy versus the Grinch. Pit, child, probably as old as Pit. In fact, he's probably older than Pit. Not older, but better at fighting. Zero Suit Samus. Wario. Stronger than Mario, but also loses fights to him. So I'm putting him above Daisy. Solid Snake? I mean, he's not only gonna kill the Grinch, he has no problem killing the Grinch. Ike, sword, adult, easily, I think. Pokemon trainer, child. How old can Squirtles get? Squirtle, not Squirrel. Well, it looks to be a young turtle, so I'm gonna say child. I have a sword. Yeah, you see, that looks like a child, whereas... yeah, that looks like an adult. Charizard. Probably a dragon that can fight. Diddy Kong? How old is a Diddy Kong? Diddy Kong is 12 years old. Lucas is obviously a child. Sonic, obviously a child. King D... Well, I guess he's not obvious. Because, you know, you have to look it up, but he's 15 or something. King DDD is even stronger than Mennonite. Olimar. How old is Olimar? He's also about the size of the Grinch. Well, maybe a little bit bigger. Let's shrink the Grinch down to about Olimar's size. You can throw the Grinch pretty far. Grinch has flown that far without any issue. He's pretty durable. I'd say it's probably a tie. Lucario. What animal is Lucario? Lucario. Nope. Bipedal canine like, so he's a dog. Oh. Anubis. Anubis is pretty ancient. Wait a second, how strong is Lucario? Pulverize huge rocks. So it's a kinda... Rob. Now if we go by out of universe, he's a toy. In universe, he's a giant robot. But the close losses tab is getting pretty, you know, lonely. Toon Link is a child. Wolf. Stronger than either of those two. Worse at fighting, but keep in mind, you know, it's the Grinch. He's not the brightest bulb in the shed. How old is Villager in Animal Crossing? Doesn't matter, he's going to lose anyway. He's got an axe. Mega Man. Child. Wii Fit Trainer. Normal person. Rosalina and Luma. Pretty easy win. Actually, no. She's probably not gonna fight that hard. Little Mac. Child. Greninja. How old can frogs live? The maximum age of a frog or toad is hard to measure. We know some species can live up to 40 years, but this isn't common. The life of a frog in the wild is shorter, that's because natural. Frogs tend to live 3 to 18 years in the wild, 10 to 20 years in captivity. 3 years of margin of error. How old is... Wait a second. Greninja, Ash Greninja, child. Palutena. Probably winning, but I want to put her in close loss anyways. Pac-Man. He's a father. And he can turn into the moon. Probably not stronger than Yoshi. Robin. From Batman? You mean the child? Shulk. How old is Shulk? Is it 18? Come on. Had he been 1 year earlier, I wouldn't have to calculate this. Okay, he's one of the strongest people in Smash, so... There. Child. Dog. I mean, how old can dogs get? The average lifespan for a small dog breeds tend to range from 10 to 15 years, while some breeds living as long as 18 years. That's small dogs, though. Those over 90 pounds typically live for 8 years. Medium and large dogs fell in the middle around 11 years. So yes, Duck Hunt is a child. Ryu and Ken, good fighters. Close win, basically. Well, let's go ahead and change these. Wins but it isn't a stomp. Wins, but it isn't a stomp win. Loses, but it isn't a stomp. But they aren't a child. / I hate you. Cloud, probably winning. Probably stronger than everyone here. Corn. You're made of corn. Bayonetta, one of the strongest people in... Wait, how old is Bayonetta? Falls on December 19th, 1411. That's... 611 years. She's also very strong. Inkling, child, Ridley, monster, would not stop until he's dead regardless of how powerful he is. Richter and Simon, they're Catholics. That's all you need to know. Catholicism might not be as good as traditional Christianity, but it's still better than nothing. King K. Rool, he's a alligator with a broad snout, is relatively wide throughout, creating a nice rounded tip. If you look above, you'll notice this snout is U-shaped. Crocodiles have robust jaws and capable snouts too, but they are a little different in shape. They can look from above below, you'll see it's more pointed. It starts broad but takes a narrow tip. The snout is V-shaped, creating more crocodile, which means he's gonna eat the Grinch if he knocks him out. Win conditions is he's dead. Now I'm just throwing these people up here randomly. Why on earth do I think Snake has a higher chance against them than sword fighters? Isabelle. Even if she isn't a child, she's still not a fighter. Incineroar. Cat. Cats die young. Piranha plant. He's still a plant. Me gunner. Me sword fighter. Me brawler. Now what is a me but simply an expression of yourself? The real question is, do you think that you, your brother, your mother, your father,
hamburger,
or Matt could beat the Grinch in any fight that you could possibly have? Joker, child, hero. How old is Hero? On his 16th birthday. Child. How old is Banjo and Kazooie? I'd say early 20s, Kazooie and Tooie 30s and nuts and bolts. Not a child. Apparently they're also supposed to be bear-sized, which means they're a bear. Or at least Banjo is a bear. And we all know, bears are very bad at not killing people. This guy's stronger than Ken. Byleth, I'm putting you in here because of the I hate you clause. Min Min. Age 18. She's just not a child. She has a longer reach, but the Grinch has better technology. I'm gonna put her in tie just because this is the smallest category. Steve. I mean, he killed a dragon. He has swords. He's stronger than Daisy or Wario. I'd put him probably, but yeah, there. Sephiroth, one of the strongest characters in Smash. But he's not a Catholic and he's not stronger than Meta. Probably weaker than Byleth and Shulk. Stop it. Okay, how old are... I think they had kids at some point. Probably a die. I don't know. I don't know much about them. You are jacked, dude. And Sora, child. There we have it. The official tier list of who in Super Smash Bros. Could beat the Grinch in a fight. I have been Hio, and you are Screw You. For watching, please be sure to I don't know. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Also, become Christian and you can insert yourself right here.